So if you're a content creator and you're looking for music to enhance your content, so whether it be a vlog, your podcast, your videos, etc., then in this video we're going to be looking at sources of copyright-free and royalty-free music that you can add to your content. But we're going to be specifically looking at Epidemic songs. So if you've never heard of it, we're going to have a brief review. We're going to look at the platform itself and how to actually use it to get the music to enhance your content. So stick around. So I'm not going to waste a lot of time on this video, we're going straight into the content. But just before that, my name is Ainsley and welcome to my channel. On this channel I share with you tips, tools, strategies, things I pick up along the way of my journey towards becoming a full-time entrepreneur. And it could actually shorten your learning curve so that you don't have to repeat the same mistakes that I made. So if that sounds like stuff you'd be interested in, then definitely hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell so I can send you a notice every time I jump on the platform of YouTube. So no more delay, let's get into it. So what is Epidemic Song? So Epidemic Song is a platform that provides you with tons of music options and song effects, copyright free and royalty free. Now why copyright free, why royalty free? Now disclaimer, I'm no lawyer, although I used to argue with my teacher so much she thought I would be one, but I'm no lawyer. But what I understand about copyright and royalties, basically copyright is a system developed to protect people with creative property or intellectual property as they call it, right? So protect you, the creator, the artist, the author, etc. This system is created to prevent unauthorized use of your intellectual property. And royalties is the compensation system. So that basically helps to get you compensated for the use of your intellectual property. Alright, so that's simple explanation. Like I said, I'm no lawyer, right? Any lawyers out there, comment, let me know if I'm right or wrong. But why would you want to use copyright free and royalty free? So let's put it like this. It doesn't make any sense to go through editing, shooting, uploading your content to a platform and then have it banned for some copyright infringement. So even though you want to up your content creation game and you may want to add music to enhance it, right? You don't want to get in trouble with the platforms, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc., and the whole host of that. So hence the reason for platforms like Epidemic Songs, where they already organize legally to pay for the royalties and copyright licensing so that you can actually get to use the music in your content. So this is a review. You want to know how it works? Let's jump onto my computer where I can give you a brief walkthrough of the platform, of the user interface, etc., and see how you actually get to download the music to get to use it in your content. So here we are on the home screen of the Epidemic Song platform, and right away you see that they have stuff really well organized, right, to make it easier to find stuff. So the first tab is the featured tab. Now this is a new section that I'm seeing that they added. They have a For You section where they are actually choosing songs based on your YouTube channel. Now I checked out a few of them, they don't quite match, but it was a good attempt. But that is the nature of Epidemic Songs. They always try to make stuff easy to find, and they bring forward recommendations that they think, based on your selection, on your downloads and stuff, that you might find cool to be able to add to your content. So underneath here you have some cubes, as I call them, some blocks, right? Some graphic blocks of different genres or type of music depending on the type of content that you're producing. So they have stuff broken down and categorized into things like children, if you're doing children, a toy review channel, or if you're doing ads, promos and trailers, if you're doing cinematic stuff, so if you're doing real video type stuff where you have that cinematic epic type music that you want in the background, corporate, podcast, if you have a podcast, backing music for your podcast and intros, beds, etc. travel, if you have a travel vlog, and if you're putting together wedding slideshows and so on, great wedding and romance music for those type of videos as well. So just below that is a cool other section of the staff picks. So the staff at Epidemic Songs, they would choose songs that they find from the latest tracks that they like, and they would recommend, and some of them are pretty good. I haven't checked out these as yet. Let's see what I have here. Cool, yeah. I got a little lost. Let's see. Alright, so these are the staff picks. Below that section you have the featured genres. So this is a shortcut to get to the genres tab, and you have featured featured moods. So one of the things that I like about Epidemic Songs is the way that the songs are categorized to make it easy to find. So beside genres, you can also select songs by your mood, because the library is so large. You don't want to overwhelm yourself, because it's quite a rabbit hole when you start to get, because of how large the library is, right? You don't want to get overwhelmed. It's like going to one of the largest libraries in the world. So one thing I would recommend once you get Epidemic Songs is that you come to Epidemic Songs with an idea of what kind of music that you're looking for. You may not know exactly what song, right, but come with an idea of what you're looking for in terms of genre and in terms of mood, and it will make things a lot easier to find. So let's go to the genres tab. They have tons of genres here. You have the more popular genres, as well as it's broken down into sub genres, as it will. So you have the more popular Latin, reggae, etc. And then added to that, like jazz, you have acid jazz, bebop, big band, modern jazz, smooth jazz, etc. And the list goes on and on. So like I said, it could really be a rabbit hole once you start digging in, and that could be it could be bad if you don't have time. But I mean, if you're a music fan like I am, I have no problems with it, you know, digging into some of the music sometimes. So it kind of eases my mind. It's one of the better parts of the least frustrating parts of creating content, right? And maybe editing your videos and stuff. Now, I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, and if you are a content creator from Trinidad as well, the kind of songs that I like to back my videos with would be like more soca, kind of Caribbean type style of music. They don't have the soca genre per se, but they do have reggae and stuff like that. And well, they have calypso here, but the calypso that they have is, I don't know, these platforms, the way they view calypso and Caribbean music is not the way that I think we have evolved beyond the way that they look at calypso. It's just some kind of simple pan music that, yeah, really sucks. But found a workaround to get soca song and stuff, and that is a lot of the soca song and stuff, they would fall under African type music or Latin type music. So if you listen to my channel, my background instrumentals, they actually sung like soca, like groovy soca kind of thing, but they are actually Latin. So that is a workaround. So if you're from Trinidad and you're looking for backing tracks, you want to use royalty free stuff. You don't want to use stuff that is popular and that is that from popular artists kind of thing, to have to pay royalties or whatnot. But you can the workaround is use another genre, or if you want something sung soca-ish, there's such a word, you can use from the Latin or the African type music. So that's just a by the way. But other than that, you have almost every genre that you could think of, and there's a lot of subcategories as well. So you can check to your heart's content. Then you can search by moods. So if your videos are the kind of happy type, kind of vlog, here's my day, I'm so happy kind of thing, you can look at the happy mood or euphoric mood. If you have action type stuff or suspense, if you're doing suspense type videos, quirky, laid back, relaxing, etc., and the list goes on and on. So let's go back to genres, and let's say I'm looking for something in the R&B category, right? They have a lot of subcategories here under the R&B and soul. You can search by genre. You can search for stuff with vocals, right? So if you're doing let's say a vlog, and you're transitioning scenes to another scene or another location or whatever, and you're playing music, you may want something with vocals included, or you may just want instrumentals. Whether or not you can find music that has vocals, that would be these here with the little mic icon, would indicate that they have some type of vocals, and it's still royalty free, so you don't have to worry about that. The artist will be paid, right? So you have it categorized by the mood. So this one is happy or restless, and then the genre, and then you have 95 BPM. BPM stands for beats per minute. So that would tell you the tempo of the song. So this is a relatively slow song at 95 beats per minute. Then you have 313, that would be the length of the song. Then next to that you have the share. Next to that you have the share icon. You have this icon here, similar, is really useful in that you can actually, if you find a song that you like, you can actually click on this similar icon here, and it will take you to a number of songs that are similar, whether in genre, in the tempo, or the mood. So that is really useful when you start digging and looking for songs. Then songs that you can add to your cart to buy, or you can add it to playlists or download it. So those are what these icons are for. So this is when you start searching for the music, this is how it will look. So you listen. Let's check out one here. Alright, so this one has vocals. Nice little groove. Right, so let's see here. Let's check out another one without vocals. Right, let's see here. Let's check out a soul. Oh yeah, right. So you get the idea, right? It will all be to your taste and what your content is about, that you can dig in and you can definitely find music on Epidemic songs. Now another thing about Epidemic songs, this stems here. So when you're downloading the music, if you ever find a song and you find that it's too heavy, meaning that you may find that there are too many instruments, but there's something about it that you like. If you had some way to strip away an instrument, let's say you find that the bass is too heavy, right, and you want to get rid of the bass and you want a more acoustic feel with just the piano alone, but you like this particular song, you can actually do that with Epidemic songs using the stem. So you can download as a stem and download it without the bass or without the piano. So without making it complicated, basically each song is comprised of, they have each instrument on a particular track, so that you can actually download music without some of the instruments or all of the instruments, depending on what you prefer. That's as simple as I can break it down. So let me demonstrate how the stems work, right? So to break it down as simple as I can, basically each track is made up of multiple instruments, and each instrument is placed on a separate track. So you can download the complete mix with all the instruments, or you can choose to download particular instruments if you find that the sound is too heavy for your particular usage for your content. So let me demonstrate how that works. So this stem button down here, so I chose this track. It's all because of you. It's an instrumental track, no vocals. So let's check out the stems. So you click on the stem button and you can listen to the full mix. So this is the full mix. So let's check out the instrument stems. So let's check out the bass stem. And lastly, let's check out the drum stem. And let's listen it all together now. So like I said, if you're a music lover like I am, then this feature is gold, right? So definitely something to check out if you want to get, real granular in terms of choosing your music. So that is an option if you really want to get the nitty-gritty of it. So that is a useful feature in Epidemic Sounds. So you also have sound effects, so for transitions, or if you want sound effects for whatever, footsteps. You see, you have footsteps here, you have weather, so you would have wind, etc. If you want birds chirping in the background or typing on your keyboard, etc. All of those types of sound effects you can find here in this platform. So let's look at the pricing. Now, like I mentioned, if you're not doing commercial stuff like for clients, then the personal is more than adequate. You see, with the personal here, you are covered for your podcast. So you are covered for YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, podcast, and one channel per platform. You can also add unlimited followers and viewers, and it includes monetization. So that is great. That's pretty good, right? And that is more than adequate for most creators, especially those that have their little one channel and they are trying to grow their channel and up the game by adding some nice music to the background, royalty free. And so that is the platform Epidemic Sounds. Now, if you want to know exactly how to add music to a video using whatever editing software that you're using, Then I will put a link down below or in the cards up above for a video on exactly how to add music to your videos. So be sure to check that out. So the good thing about Epidemic Song is once you have a paid subscription, the licensing covers you. So you can use the music to all the platforms that they have the license for. So that would include YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, your podcasts. These are some of the platforms covered by the different subscription plan. So some of the features of Epidemic Song, it has quite a large library. To the recording of this video, it's like 32,000 tracks and like 64,000 plus song effects. So you can't go wrong. It's a large library. The objective of being an online content creator, especially if you're monetizing, is to cut down on expenditure. So you don't want to be on multiple platforms. You want to make sure that if you're paying for a subscription for copyright-free video clips or music or whatever is the case, you want to make sure that you're getting the most bang for buck. Right, so because of the large library, you don't have to have multiple platforms. You don't have to sign up for multiple subscriptions. You can get it all at one place. So 32,000 plus and more added weekly is more than enough music to be able to add to your content. Now another thing I like about Epidemic Songs is the interface. It's simple, easy to use, easy to find your music. Another thing I really like is the quality. So far I haven't found anything to match the quality. Now one of the tools I have in my arsenal to build my YouTube channel is TubeBuddy. If you've never heard of it, you can check it out. I'll leave a link down in the description. Now as part of their package, they have access to, there's another rival that they provide free access to, which is Audio Hero. Now they too have an okay size library, but I don't know, something about the quality of the Epidemic Song tracks. I mean, I really like it. I really can't complain. As far as I can see, the pricing for a personal plan, a personal subscription, to have access to all of the soundtracks, all of the sound effects, is pretty affordable, right? Especially for a starter YouTuber. Who would use Epidemic Songs and why would you want to use it? Now basically, if you are a content creator on any of the platforms that are covered, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, podcast, etc., on and on, as long as the license covers it, it's a great way to add music, to add sound effects to your videos, to up your game, up your content creation game. Now one little story. So the other day I picked up my son and my baby girl, and I just out of the blue I just decided to put on some Epidemic Songs, and to my surprise they really like the music. I mean, my 1-year-old daughter was twiddling her toes and dancing in her car seat, and my son, since he found out the name Epidemic Songs, so you don't only have to use it for content creation, but if you're a music buff like me, if you like music like me, then because there's new music that's not really heard on radios before, but you get to hear music from other creators, and ever since I did that, every time they come in the car, my son is like, "Daddy, Epidemic, Daddy, Epidemic." So that's another use of Epidemic Songs. You can actually use it for listening, right? You can have it on autoplay and actually play the tracks in your car. That's a secret. So that's another way that you can use it for your own personal use, your own personal listening pleasure. If you're a music buff like me, then definitely it's a great source of music that you don't really hear on the radio. If you like to experiment and listen to new music, then definitely something to check out. Alright, so some reasonable and intelligent questions you might have is, if you stop paying for the subscription, is your music still covered? And from what I understand, the answer to that is yes. The music you're still safe. And in terms of being covered from copyright strikes, if in error YouTube gives you a strike or whatever, you contact Epidemic Songs and they would chat with the platform or whatever and help you get your strike removed. Now there are some options, free and otherwise, to some other sources of these copyright free and royalty free music. One of them is Audio Hero, as I mentioned before. Now I'm not too much of a fan because I definitely couldn't find anything that stood out to me in terms of my liking, but it's something you can check out. You get access to it free with the TubeBuddy subscription. So like I said, I'll leave the link for TubeBuddy, I'll leave the link for Epidemic Songs, as well as maybe Audio Hero down below. And YouTube has a library of songs. Now, definitely not as large as Epidemic Songs, so you may not find as much of the music that you like, but you know for sure you're safe. Now, with YouTube library, it will be safe for YouTube. Now that might be a little downside, but again, you view your options. But so unless you're a commercial content creator and you create content for clients, etc., then the commercial plan would be great for you. But if you're just using it for personal use, then definitely the personal use for $15 a month is definitely more than enough music to delve into to your heart's content. So definitely check that out. But if you want to check out Epidemic Songs, the link is down in the description for a 30-day trial. That's more than enough time to give the platform a try out, see if it's something that you like and you want to keep in your arsenal. So give it a try and see. So the link is down in the description.